I'm Rebel.
Y yo soy Erika.
And today, we're talking some mad shit about Fiesta.
Yeah.
We are Mangoluna! Erika's been taking voice lessons, so she can really hold that a lot longer
Yes,
now.
I can. Thank you, Diana. So yeah, we're talking about Fiesta hoy. No, that's not why we're wearing this. This is what we wear when we fucking feel like it.
Yeah.
It just happened to be fucking Fiesta.
Okay, but tell the story. Tell the Mongos the story about when you wear this at work. What happened to you?
I was wearing mis aretes, and then as I'm walking, I hear someone, look at you, you ready for Fiesta? And I'm like, please don't let it be a little white lady. God damn it, what the fuck? I turn around, that's when I wear it, I'm like, God. And I was like, I'm sorry? And then she's like, oh my God, I see you ready for Fiesta, look at all. And I said, I don't understand, why do you say that? You know, making her think, like, what the fuck? Listen to what you're saying to this brown person. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, so what? I don't understand. Why are you saying that? What is it that I'm wearing that you think I'm ready for Fiesta? And then she's like, well, you know, that blouse. And then she started getting, and I was like, no, I'm sorry. This is a bead. And I said, I got it in Oaxaca. And this is earrings. You know, this is bead work. I was wearing different earrings. And I said, and again, I don't know, so I don't understand what's so Fiesta about it. And she's like, well, you know, and I said, no, this is traditional clothes that I would wear any day. Just like you wear that t-shirt that you're wearing, right? Any day. I said, so do I. And she was like, oh, you mean you wear that whatever time of the year, it doesn't matter? And I'm like, yeah, just like the way you wear that t-shirt any time of the year, so do I. It's just regular clothing. And then she's like, well, I've come here before. I come here before at the store, and I've never seen you wear this. And I'm like,
woo hala! Oh, she gotta prove you wrong.
And I was like, oh, well, you know, listen, I'm a manager, so you don't see me on the floor that much, but I am here, you know, but yeah, I mean, I'm here.
I'll come back next Wednesday. I'll be wearing my blue refill.
I know. Like, and then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. I said, yeah, no, just don't assume just because someone's wearing a traditional huipil or anything like that, it has something to do with Fiesta. And that's one of the reasons we're going to talk about this today, because please, don't ever, and please, if you're a friend of mine, and if I'm wearing this during April, which is my birthday month, do not tell me if I'm ready for Fiesta, please, because you and I would have a conversation.
So today we do the history of Fiesta Mangoluna style, right? And
that means real.
Yeah, right? So, I mean, I think that's such a great intro into what we want to talk about is like this cultural appropriation, or what like we casually like to say, like culture vultures, right? So it's like Fiesta has become this time that white people, Anglo-Saxon folk can co-opt a lot of our Mexican culture. And then,
if not all of it.
Yes, and then turn it around to celebrate the fact that they killed Mexicans, lynched hundreds of Mexicans, and then committed genocide against indigenous people. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh yay, we did all that, let's celebrate it by actually using your clothing, your food, your colors, your decorations, your culture.
Your clothes.
Yay, Fiesta.
And listen, they did that, right? Because they took over the Alamo, which that movie that they show you in high school here is a fucked up movie. It's not telling the entire story, right? It's only one-sided, that story. And so it's just celebrating that they came into this country, literally stole land. I mean, just look up the history, right? The real history.
Yeah. Denise Hernandez has an article. We'll put it in here.
Yeah, okay.
A link.
Yeah, and so the reason why I think they ended up adapting or stealing our culture is because they came to this land and everything was already here. So therefore, they said what was easiest for them is to celebrate with the things that they had around them that they stole, and which is our culture, right? Which was everything, like you said, the food and everything. So
yeah,
that is why Fiesta looks so Mexican and so Latino, Latina, because, or Latinx, whatever, it looks like, brown, because they were in this land and they just adapted, kind of just, that's what people do. I'm sorry, that's what most of them do. They just come and steal culture, steal ideas, adapt them, and make money,
and then sell it back to the people that they violently oppressed into either slavery, which at the time that you have the Texas Cavaliers, you have the Texas Rangers coming in. Mexico had already abolished slavery at this time. This is like 1829, okay? Mm-hmm. Mexico had already abolished slavery. They were in the Texas, not Texas, but Texas and Coahuila were Mexican land, was Mexico. Then you have Anglo-Saxon people coming into, what we now call Texas. And Mexico was saying, look, you have to establish these colonies. You cannot have slaves. All these things, right? And of course, these Anglos were defying the Mexican government and what was being said. And then you get the Texas Rangers starting to have war. And it was like in 1891 is when you have a battle where the Anglos defeat Santa Anna, right? And supposedly that battle, white women, I guess, like threw flowers at the fact that the Mexicans were defeated. And so then you have Battle of Flowers parade. So there you go. When you're celebrating Battle of Flowers, think about the history of it, right? Like, we can obviously make something of it today, but yet just it's important to know our history,
like the truth,
right?
Yes,
we don't know our own history. We don't even know what we're doing and what we're perpetuating, right? Forward into the future. So then in 1909, you have a guy named John Carrington who was a businessman, and in true businessman. White businessman, I like to say, fashion, he created a very private and exclusive organization called the Order of the Alamo, which is still present today. And the club is still private, it's still exclusive. They still get to decide what the fuck goes on during Fiesta.
Who gets the money? Where does it go?
Yes, who gets celebrated. So it's basically a way in which these Anglos were saying, okay, we now have this population of people. We have lynched a lot of them. We have committed genocide against the indigenous population. And now, though, we need to get these people on our side who are still alive.
So they can work for us.
So they can work for us.
So they can work the land.
Yeah,
they know the land because it belongs to them.
So let's, let's kind of like use, a party so that we can celebrate what we want to celebrate and highlight what we want to highlight.
Get money.
And
still get money from these people. Let's celebrate in the way that they can seems familiar, so they can adapt and they can come to this gathering.
Yeah.
We charge the fuck out of whatever things we do, and then we keep the money from these brown people, right? Like it is.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to celebrate Fiesta, mira, so we're not shaming. We're not trying to shame anyone, right? Because we have friends that celebrate. I'm probably gonna participate on one thing. I think it's the King William parade, but it's the Pooch parade. It's doggy parade. And we're not trying to shame anyone, right? So if you want to go celebrate Fiesta and do your thing, that's great. Do you? To give you the true history of Fiesta that a lot of people don't like to talk about, it's very conflicting. I get it. I'm conflicted right now, right? Because like I said, I'm gonna do a few things, and it is my birthday month. I'm like, what the fuck? But just we wanted you to know the history of, so you can do whatever with it. At least we're doing our part, because one thing that we commit as Mangoluna is staying real
and letting you know what's up. And then and if you're looking for alternatives, or like something to do around Fiesta, you can always come to La Botanica and celebrate your life and spring.
Don't shame anyone either, right? Like
just have a conversation, right? Maybe ask people, hey, did you know about this? Do some research yourself.
People say in Mexico, hablando se entiende la gente. People understand each other by talking, right, to each other. Like we used to do, like with our elders and things like that. We just, as community, we just talk about what's going on, and then from there we move on. And so we can do the same.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So we're Mangoluna signing off. Like us, share us, follow us, comment on us, tattoo us to your arm. Whatever you feel inspired to do around Mangoluna. We support ya.
Yeah, we like you, we love you, and love us, like us, follow us where?
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. See you next week.
Bye.
Ciao.